Prince Harry was visibly upset yesterday when giving a speech. He was talking about children who have lost their lives due to social media, as can be seen in this clip from his speech yesterday.
My lock screen is a picture of my kids. What's yours? These children and thousands more meant the world to their families.
At the 2024 Clinton Global Initiative, CGI, in New York, Prince Harry delivered a powerful speech that cast a spotlight on the pressing issue of youth mental health in the age of social media. His address underscored a troubling epidemic of anxiety, depression, and social isolation that he attributes to the harmful impact of digital platforms. This is not the first time Prince Harry has spoken about this issue, but his recent remarks carried a sense of urgency, bolstered by his personal experiences and the work of the Archewell Foundation. Prince Harry didn't mince words as he described the manipulative nature of social media platforms, which he believes are designed to trap users, particularly young people, in cycles of addiction. These platforms are designed to create addiction, he said, emphasizing how they keep youth engaged through mindless, endless, numbing scrolling. He went on to express concern that young people are being force-fed content that no child should ever be exposed to, underscoring the potentially dangerous material available to them online. His criticism extended beyond the platforms themselves to the leaders behind them. He questioned why these tech leaders are held to the lowest ethical standards and called for corporate accountability in addressing these issues. He urged shareholders and CEOs to take a more active role in protecting younger users, adding a resonant metaphor. Parenting doesn't end with the birth of a child. Neither does founding a company. Prince Harry's words reflect a growing movement advocating for stricter regulations and higher ethical standards for social media companies, especially when it comes to protecting children. Platforms like Meta, Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat have faced increasing scrutiny for their failure to safeguard young users from harmful content, including violence, bullying, and sexual harassment. While some companies have made changes, Instagram recently made teen accounts private by default in some countries. The Duke of Sussex stressed that much more needs to be done. His message resonates particularly in a climate where many feel that social media companies place too much responsibility on parents to protect children, despite the sheer scope and complexity of digital spaces. Harry's demand for corporate accountability is a call to tech leaders to step up and play a more active role in creating a safer digital world for future generations. Prince Harry's speech also highlighted the work of the Archewell Foundation, the philanthropic organisation he founded with his wife, Meghan Markle. The foundation has been actively involved in several initiatives aimed at supporting families affected by online harm. One of these projects, the Parents Network, provides resources and assistance to parents whose children have suffered or even died as a result of harmful online interactions. In addition to this, the Archewell Foundation has partnered with global organisations, including the World Health Organization, to combat violence against children. Prince Harry pointed to the upcoming Global Ministerial Conference on Ending Violence Against Children, which will take place in Bogotá, Colombia, in November. He believes that this event could lay the groundwork for the first ever global agreement on prioritising child safety online, further strengthening the international response to this growing crisis. Prince Harry's speech at the Clinton Global Initiative highlights the growing mental health crisis faced by today's youth in the digital age. His call for corporate accountability and his foundation's advocacy for online safety for children bring attention to an issue that affects millions around the world. As the conversation around online harm deepens, it is clear that more must be done to safeguard the well-being of future generations. In an era dominated by social media, Prince Harry's message is not only timely but essential. Will tech giants rise to the challenge? Only time will tell. but one thing is certain. His advocacy will not waver until the digital world becomes a safer place for all. In the world of media coverage, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry often find themselves at the centre of controversy, as if a storm cloud permanently hovers above them. The latest saga revolves around claims by anonymous sources branding Meghan as Duchess difficult, with staff allegedly quitting because of her demanding behaviour. The tabloid narrative builds an image of an impossible boss who berates staff and makes grown men cry. But a pattern in these stories has become glaringly obvious. Time after time, the sources are nameless, anonymous individuals whose supposed inside knowledge feeds the headlines. Phrases like "a source close to the couple" or "an insider" dominate these articles, with little to no accountability for the truth of their claims. The media's reliance on such unidentified informants has only fueled skepticism, raising the question, how real are these sources, and what if they don't exist at all? Anonymous leaks are a powerful tool, often used to shape public perception with unchecked claims. They feed into the wider narrative of controversy, making stories more clickable and dramatic. The problem is, when no one is accountable for these stories, the facts can easily be distorted or invented. While anonymity can sometimes protect legitimate whistleblowers, in cases like Meghan and Harry's, it seems to act more as a shield for gossip mongering. In sharp contrast to these baseless reports, we now see actual named staffers defending the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. In a recent article, people like Harry's former Chief of Staff, Josh Kettler, and their current PR chief, Ashley Hansen, have gone on record to praise their experience working with the couple. Hansen even shared personal accounts of the care and concern Meghan showed during her time off for surgery, dispelling the notion of an indifferent, bossy employer. This difference between anonymous claims and on-record testimonials is telling. On one hand, we have vague, unverified accusations. On the other, we have real people offering heartfelt praise and even personal anecdotes that contradict the media's preferred narrative. It raises a significant point about biased reporting. When you lean too heavily on anonymous voices, it's easy to skew reality. It seems the media's favourite sources may not even be real, or at least not as reliable as they'd like readers to think. The latest defence from named employees is a reminder to question the narrative, especially when it comes from the shadowy corners of anonymity. If we are to believe the real people who have worked with Meghan and Harry, the couple is far from the tyrannical figures painted by the tabloids. Rather, they are thoughtful, generous, and genuinely care about the well-being of those around them. In this clash of narratives, it's clear that bias plays a significant role. So next time you read an explosive story about Duchess difficult sourced from anonymous insiders, remember that the loudest voices aren't always the most truthful.